This is the second video I'm making in the series Create Your Own Junk Journal. Today I'm going to show you what to do with the thinner papers that we put by on my last video. I will add a link to that video below. These are just some of the results. As you can see, some are very translucent, some have inclusions, this one has dried ferns and flowers, and you can even use gold leaf on some. Please join me on this journey. We will need our thinner papers, PVA glue and colour for the glue, a container, a soft brush, water and plastic folders or a silicone sheet or anything that is non-stick. We're going to prepare our glue. We're going to put about 50% PVA glue to 50% water into our container and stir well. These quantities will depend on which PVA you're using. Some PVAs are thicker than others to start with. This is quite a good quality PVA and it's quite thick. You want it to be like runny cream. This is still a little bit too thick, so I'm going to put a little bit more water in it. It's like thin cream now. This is the consistency that you want. Get a folder. I put a layer of glue onto the folder. Then apply your paper. We're going to put a layer of PVA over the napkin. I'm going to put another plastic folder underneath this so that I can complete the whole sheet in one go. If you find that the paper feels like it's dragging, ripping or it's sticking to the brush, then you've either got to apply more PVA to your brush or dilute your PVA down some more so that it doesn't drag. I'll put these somewhere to dry. I'm now going to mix up some more PVA glue because I want some colour in the rest of it. So you can choose, you can do it without colour or with colour. I'm going to use a little bit of diluted ink spray to mix with it. You could use ink, dye or even watercolours. I've gone a bit overboard with the water here, so I'll add some more PVA. Change your colours up as you go to create a bit more variety. On this one I'm going to separate the napkin. Now the napkins come in either 2 or 3 plies. This napkin is 3 ply, so I'm going to separate it into 3 parts. If you have any problems getting napkins to come apart, then just use 2 small pieces of sticky tape. Put one on the front and one on the back, and when you pull the sticky tape they should come apart easily. It might ruin the corner, but these are big enough that there'll still be plenty to use. Don't throw the back of the napkin away because you can use it for this technique or others. And then I'll do exactly the same as I did before. Apply the glue, lay down the napkin and apply a top layer of PVA. Don't worry if the napkin wrinkles up or even rips because it all adds to the finished texture. If you still have some leftover glue when you're finished, just put it into a bottle and label it and you can use it for another project. If you don't have enough file folders, you can use silicone sheets, as it is just to stop your paper from sticking to your surface. This is just tissue paper. When I get presents wrapped in tissue, I save it. It doesn't matter if it's all wrinkled because this works perfectly for things like this. You have to be very gentle with it because it is quite delicate. I use this brush which has very soft bristles. I think they're made from wool, so it's ideal for things like this. Now if you like sparkly things or shiny things, sprinkle some fine glitter on top of your layer of glue. I'm going to use some inclusions on this single ply napkin. For this technique, the thinner the napkin, the better. Place the layer down on glue as usual and put PVA glue over the top. Because it's very delicate, you'll probably find that it rips in places, but this doesn't matter. I'm going to sprinkle on some dried lavender from my garden, and then I'll add another layer of napkin on top and cover it with PVA glue. Remember, if it starts to drag, just add a little bit more water to your glue. I'm using tissues for this one. I'm adding a few dried daisies that I pressed myself and some rose petals. These ferns I found on the grass verge by my house. I'll also put some weed with seeds. If you put large pieces like these ferns, you might find it helps if you put a little bit of glue on top of them. Smaller things will be fine, as they'll just encase themselves, but larger things need a bit of help. Place some more tissue on top and a layer of PVA. And for the last one, I'll use some artificial gold leaf. It's not the easiest thing in the world to work with, especially if you have sticky fingers. But you can literally put anything in between your layers, glitter, micro beads, etc. And I'll leave these overnight to dry. These are the thinner papers which I've left overnight to dry. They should easily peel off your sheets. You will have one side that's quite textured and the other will be shiny. And as you can see, they're much sturdier now. This one was a disposable cleaning cloth. I like the feel of this. I think I might make some more. This is one ply of a napkin. It has turned out lovely. It's quite see-through as well. I really like that. This is just normal tissue paper. You can see places where there have been some air bubbles, but that doesn't bother me because I quite like it. I like the extra texture it gives. This is just one layer of a napkin. And this is one of the tissue papers with glitter. This is one side and then the other. I'm not sure how well you can see this glitter, but in real life it's lovely. This one's glitter as well, but it's quite a subtle glitter. Again, it's on tissue paper. And this is the one with the lavender. I love this. This is the front side. It feels really nice. It's got a lovely texture. There are some little yellow spots, but I'm not quite sure what they are, as you can see. And this is the back of it. And here is the tissue paper with the ferns and the daisies. That's the front. You can see the ferns, the daisies, a couple of rose petals and those grass seeds. And this is the back side of it. And last but not least is the one with the gold leaf. Here is the back and here is the front of the gold leaf. I love this one too. And these are a few extra sheets that I didn't record when I was making them. I used walnut ink to colour these, so they're a browny colour. This butterfly one has got a little bit more walnut ink, so you can see you can't see the pattern so well. These are both the same papers. It just shows what a difference the walnut ink makes. Thank you so much for watching. On my next video, I will be putting both sets of papers together and I'll be making signatures for the book. I do hope you will join me. Please like, comment and subscribe. It would really make me smile. Goodbye for now. Have a lovely day.